Hello, it's Wednesday, July 24th, 2019, and as of this recording, I'm still depressed, but I'm not dead. So I got a text message from my father-in-law, Ed. So if you've been paying attention, we recently went on a Disney extravaganza, 3 days at the park and technically 5 days on a cruise. Although the last day is kind of get up, eat some breakfast, and get your butt off the boat. So Ed had had planned this whole extravaganza and paid for it, and just an amazing time and really great, cool, right? So I got a message from him yesterday, and I'm just going to read it and then get into why I'm reading it. So he says, "I just want to say how much I admire your parenting skills. It is a real treat to watch you with the kids. I just wish I had been half as good when my kids were young." Lots to unpack there. One, it was a great message to get, and if I wasn't in my also known as cold and heartless state of my life, I would probably have gotten a lot more enjoyment out of that message. But intellectual JP knows that was a really good message. My first response was, oh, Ed, you just don't know what you're talking about. And then my second thought was, wow, if my girls turn out to be, half as caring and loving and smart as Nora, then I think I would be fortunate to have children like that. So we can fight back and forth on who's on the what pedestal, but yeah. So I got that message, and I really struggled with it, and I didn't know what to do with it. I thanked him for it, which is my default way of saying, getting out of having to comment, right? Just thank you. And also it was a way to accept it, rather than diminish it and say, no, it's nothing, I'm just trying my best or whatever. So, but I brought it up at therapy last night with Kara, and there were other things I wanted to talk about with her, but we kind of got stuck on this dad thing. And she kept going on about how she thinks I'm a good dad. Nora thinks I'm a good dad. My parents think that. Now my father-in-law thinks that. And, why can't I accept it? These are people who are important to me, who really I would have no reason to lie to me. Although that's Kara's explanation, not mine. I think, parents and partners could be prone to little white lies or sugarcoating or glossing over. And all this to say that I really have a hard time admitting that I'm good at anything. And this is well known to all of you who have listened to the show. If you're brand new, and you know what, I don't reach out to those who are brand new, and I listen to other podcasts and they say, hey, if this is your first time listening, make sure you subscribe. So if this is your first time listening, subscribe to the show. There's 147 other shows that you can listen to in the backlog. They're all available on iTunes, Google Play, all that. But if you're brand new, thank you. If you're not brand new and you're returning, thank you. Geez, what the heck was I talking about? I don't know. I'll circle back to this. Let's just get on with the show. So Kara made me, but she didn't make me, right? You can't make someone do something like that. But she had me say, I'm a good dad. She wanted me to say, I'm a great dad. And I told her that I could not say that. So we settled on very good dad, and I relinquished my feelings over it and did say out loud, I'm a very good dad. And she asked me to talk with Nora about it. And so Nora and I did talk about it last night. And trying to get, Kara spent, I don't know, like a half an hour going back and forth with me on, why can't I just accept that I'm a good dad, or accept that other people think that I'm a good dad? And even just saying this, talking about this, makes me feel kind of icky, right? I don't, to say I'm a good dad, to say I'm good at anything is just sounds like bragging, just sounds like egotistical blabber. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to acknowledge that I might be good at something. So, I told Kara that I'd work on this. This is my homework for the week. And, during the day today, I thought about this a bit. And, in my head, I would say I'm a good dad. I'm not convinced of it. But like Kara said, I don't have to be convinced of it. I just need to get on the horse and, start working out some positive neural pathways, get out of the ruts of self-hate, self-loathing, and all that. So as of today, Wednesday this week, I am a good dad, and you all know it. And, yeah, there it is. So, I talked about, I mentioned before that, like, she, in a previous therapy session, with the discussion came up about being a good husband. And, I repeated over and over, I'm a good husband, I'm a good husband, I'm a good husband. And, that didn't stick. I don't currently have in my brain that I'm a good husband. I don't have in my brain that I'm a bad partner or a bad father. But I certainly have lots of room for improvement. And because of that room for improvement, I think that's part of why I have a hard time expressing positivity about being such a person. Does that make sense? I don't know. So I'm working on it. I read an article today about, it was just a blog piece, I think, talking about why, like, positive self-talk doesn't heal you, cure you right away. And, it's good timing, and the idea is right. I mean, I've spent years and years building these negativity ruts in my head. And, it's not going to be, saying I'm a good parent, 4 times isn't going to change that. And the idea is that I keep reinforcing it, and allow myself to say it and be open to it. And then, maybe it comes around that I accept it. But I don't know. It feels so wrong to say it. It feels so wrong to think it. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, do you all listening, what are you good at? What are you comfortable saying you're good at? Let me know. And if it's nothing, let me know what your thoughts are on it. Like what, I don't know, why do you think you're not good at something? The old adage is everybody's good at something. Um, and it could be making paper airplanes, who knows? But yeah, I for one am just very against admitting for myself that I am good at something. Um, yeah, I don't know. So there's that. Um, my dad, some of you asked about my dad and how that's going. Um, so he's been back in the hospital again. He fell out of bed, hit his head, and it sounds like nothing really came of that. So he's back in a nursing home. Um, my mom has come around to thinking that, he probably won't be coming home again. That, he's in a place with the stroke and the whatnot, and mentally he's not in a place where he can care for himself. And my mom, she's just a tiny woman, and she can't care for him the way that he needs it. I'm not exactly sure where he's at with kind of any physical processes as far as, I know that like at this place they have him at, this place where he is, the nursing home where my dad is, gets him up out of bed and into a wheelchair. And I'm not sure if any kind of, trying to walk or anything like that is coming about, or, where he's at with anything like that. But yeah, it's kind of a big thing for my mom to acknowledge that he probably won't be coming home. It sounds true to me. It sounds right to think that. So what does this mean to me, right? To be honest, I don't feel anything here. I don't, I'm not worrying about it. I had that one night several weeks ago where I was like freaking out about what's mom going to do, what's really happening with dad. But I really don't feel anything, anyway, about it. And I'll be honest, that bothers me. I mean, I know it's true to who I am and where I'm at right now with my emotions and thought processes and things like that. But yeah, I just don't. I don't know. So I think, like, in my head, if something is really important, really like on my mind, or is taking up bandwidth, like, the quiet times during the day when I'm driving or laying down to go to sleep, like those are times when those important thought processes will come about. And that doesn't happen. I don't really, I'm more apt, I think, about calling my mom or sending my mom a message to see how she's doing. But, I don't spend any time thinking about the dad's situation other than that. And in my simple, overly simplified view of the world, to me, that means it's not pressing. And, right or wrong, I don't know. That's probably not right, but I won't say wrong. Yeah, so I don't do that. And, I haven't really talked with Nora a lot about it, about, my dad. And it's interesting. I feel kind of crabby about the idea of talking with Nora about it. And I don't know why. I've had some ideas that, I think, like, talking with her about it, and I know she is going to respond and she's going to emote about it. And, am I not doing that? Am I not talking to her about it because, like, that puts a face on my own lack of response and emotion about it? I don't know. But there's, I guess, I ought to be talking about it more. But I just don't, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I really feel about it. And it seems like, you know, we're social creatures, and, our tribe and our family and all that. And, I should, and I shouldn't should, but it seems like it would be natural to have some feeling about this, and some negative feelings, of some kind. But I don't know. I don't feel that. I don't. So yeah, I'm not really telling you guys anything new here. I'm just kind of reiterating kind of the same old. I don't think I'm good. All that. And so something that I did, I had a emotional experience on the cruise. Not a positive one, negative one, which seems to be the only emotions that I get now and then. And it was really weird. I've talked about like the last cruise I was on, and finding a way to jump off the boat and all that. So it was on my mind when we got on the boat for the cruise last week, and somehow that thought like transformed into like my youngest falling off the boat and being alone in the water, and what that would be like for her. And oh my gosh, it was like the most strong emotional feeling I can remember having. And I was just crushed, and like took everything I had to not cry. And even talking about it now, it's kind of I feel that kind of sensation, like I want to cry. And it wasn't just the one time; it kept coming back. And every time I thought about it, I was just wrecked. I was just a mess. And I don't know what that's about. I don't know why. There was no reason to think. She's 13, and there's no reason to think that anything like that would happen, right? So it wasn't logical. It was completely illogical and emotional only. And Kara said, "Oh, that's that. Hey, you felt something. That's good." And yeah, I guess. But can I get a positive like emotion sometime? That would be great. So I me being me and wanting to kind of experiment and try different things out. So I thought, wow, this is so emotional for me that this is gonna sound awful, but let me try it with my next oldest, my 15-year-old. And I couldn't get there. I couldn't see it the same way I saw it with my youngest. And so it was like a non-thing. It was like rational brain took over and like, oh, that's not going to happen. And it's not like I care for one more than the other or less than the other. It's just I couldn't put her in that same situation as it was kind of happening with my youngest. I don't know. That's kind of weird, right? Just the whole situation. So yeah, I mean, and it was kind of an intrusive thought that just killed me. Yeah, I don't know. So so we're back from vacation, and things are getting back to normal. 3 days of work, and I'm trying to admit I'm a good dad. Trying to be a good partner, and trying to acknowledge the goodness that is all wrapped up inside me. So positive self-talk. Today is International Self-Care Day, July 24th. So hey, if you listen to this still yet tonight, do something for yourself, self-care. I am going to take a shower and shave and feel better about myself after doing that. And if it's, if it's Thursday, if it's the 25th, 26th, 27th, what the heck, carry it over. Do something, self-care. Let me know what it is. Tweet me at jamoalki, or email me jamoalki@gmail.com, or facebook.com/jamoalki, or, at the website, www.jamoalki.info. For those of you who are new and you haven't heard it, that's JAMOALKI. Or text me, what you're doing for self-care at 248-648-1419. Let me know how you're doing. Just say hey. I've been getting quite a few emails lately, which is really cool. I mean, quite a few is like, one every other day or something, but, new folks, and it's exciting and it's fun. And I'm glad you're all here for the ride. So, yeah, if you can do me a favor and give a rating over at iTunes for the show, Google Play Music, if that is a thing, Stitcher, if that's a thing. Just give a review, or, recommend the show to a friend, or, someone else that you know, maybe via social media, who might benefit from the show. That would be great. I'm rambling, and that usually means it's time to go. So, hey, everybody, be safe and be well.